So when you go on YouTube, go to Yinzer Baseball Comparison, make sure it's like looking at the right angle.
Who was that walked in here?
Bro,
Yeah. We're live. All right, and we are live here today, this morning, 9 a.m. start time for the Brilliance Sox at the Killer B'S in the Yinzer Baseball Confederacy. We have Nick Galise on the hill for the Killer B'S. Galise, out of college, I don't think has any prior pro experience before the Yinzer Baseball Confederacy. You're going to see some pretty good stuff. About 86 to 88 with some good tail and a nice cutter. And he's just looking to put it together. And just to limit the key to him is just keep the walks down because this stuff plays. So, getting ready for the first pitch here. Waiting for the leadoff hitter to step up. First up, we got Noah Chanel, Division I product out of Alabama. Had a pretty solid year, hitting 346. First pitch is a ball. Slugging at 605. Has a good on-base percentage as well. At least pumped a strike. 7 doubles and 4 home runs for the outfielder. Galise comes set. And gets a foul tip. Count is now 1-2. As Chanel steps back into the box, getting ready for the next pitch. The first place Killer B'S have pretty much clinched this league as the first place team, and playoffs will begin in a matter of days. I believe it starts on the 12th and goes until the 14th. Ball 3 to Chanel. The count is now full. It is key that Galise forces contact here and doesn't let the leadoff hitter on base via walk. Sharply hit right at Tyler Reese. Pretty well stroked ball, but it is much preferable to allowing a free pass for Galise. So good job at least forcing him to make contact and getting an out via batted ball. Fires a strike to number 2 hitter. Here we go. And a ball, taken for a ball. We were just trying to figure something out. Oh, Nate Thompson. It's a bit hard to see faces from up here in the booth, so we just needed to take a second to find him on the roster. This is Nate Thompson at the plate. Pops a ball foul into foul territory. Julius Purrier makes the play near the dugout and catches the ball and is firing around the horn for out number 2. And that brings up the 3 hitter, number 34, Will Musser. Musser, a big physical hitter with some pop in his bat. Let's see. Trying to find some stats for Musser, and he's hitting 286, Has 9 doubles and a home run. As Gleese fires that in for a strike. Counts 0-1. Working ahead here. It's a good sign for Gleese. Looks like he's poised for a successful day on the hill. And that pitch just misses inside. Very close pitch. Very good pitch as well. Looked like it was his two-seamer with a little bit of tail. And a swing and a miss on a cutter. When Gleese has the two-seam moving into a righty and away from and then has the cutter moving away from a righty, it's a very effective mix. It makes it really hard for the hitter to tell which way the ball is going to move out of his hand. And he strikes him out with a four-seamer. What a great sequence. Two-seam in, cutter away, and then four-seam high above the plate. That is professional pitching right there. And he strikes him out on 3 pitches. Good, pretty good job, or a good first inning for the Killer B'S. Now it is time for the Brilliance to hold it down on defense. So on the hill for the Brilliance Sox is Felix Barreto to face the Killer B'S, and Derek Reddy steps in. Derek Reddy has had a lot of experience playing in different places this year. He started out with the Washington Wild Things and then ended up going to the Milwaukee Milkmen in the American Association and had a stint with them before then going to the Lexington Legends of the Atlantic League and then eventually coming here as Barreto fires that in for a strike to get ahead. Now, Barreto has good stuff, works between usually anywhere from 82 to 88 from the left side, and has a good slider. But the key for him is filling up the zone. As he made a pretty close pitch there, and when his delivery is on time, he usually makes a pitch down around the knees, low in the zone, and it's just all about repeating that delivery for him. He's keeping the walks down is just the name of the game for him, as Derek Reddy singles up the middle, which is far preferable to a walk in this particular case. Barreto definitely has good enough stuff where giving up some hits isn't anything to be concerned about. He's not going to give up too many hits in one inning. It's just about limiting the free passes. And upstairs steps Darren Love. Been with the Killer B'S all year. Let's see. He's hitting 246 in 152 plate appearances. And ups his average right there with a base hit in the 5-hole. So two hits to start the game for the Killer B'S. 2 singles put in between infielders. Finding holes here in the first inning with Tyler Reese at the plate now, who is having a very good season. And Tyler Reese was in the Frontier League for a little bit this year in spring training with the Jackals, and then got picked up by the Jackals again at some point during the season, and then had a brief stint also with Washington. Barreto misses down low for a ball. Reese is hitting 343 in 145 plate appearances. Considered one of the more valuable hitters in the league, one of the more dangerous hitters in the league. Has some pop, not a big physical guy, probably about 5'10", 180 pounds or so. And he has some very sneaky tools. I'm sure he takes many pitchers by surprise when he blasts a ball at them, given that he's not the stereotypical power hitter, not 6'4", 250 pounds, but has a lot of power in that body nonetheless. And there's a wild pitch by Barreto, moves up the base runners to second and third. So the runners are right there for Reese with a 3-0 count. Reese has a .490 on base percentage as well. So Barreto comes set. Delivers first strike. The count is now 3-1. Let's see if Reese is in attack mode or takes another pitch. There are 2 runners on base for him, but he also wants Barreto to throw strikes if he's going to be in attack mode. And that is strike 2. Good pitch on the inside corner from Barreto. His 21-year-old is capable of doing some big things on the hill when he's commanding the zone like that. And strike 3 from Barreto. That's looked like a slider. Pretty nasty one, well placed, broke late. Tough pitch. You know, if Tyler Reese is swinging and missing at it, it was definitely a good pitch. And that brings up Josh Goulet. Hitting 348 through 158 at-bats with a slugging percentage of .576. He has 7 home runs in the year. Definitely a power threat. And Barreto comes set. Throws a pitch that just misses, a good pitch. Looking to work his way out of this little jam. If he pumps strikes, he can definitely do it. Comes set again for the 1-0. And misses just high for a ball with this look appear to be a slider. And again, we will see if Goulet stays patient or if he decides to be in attack mode here to drive in those 2 runners and get an early lead. Pitch is now 3-0. It's taken for a ball, 4-3-0. Would be very surprised if Gooley swings the next few pitches. Gooley had some time in the Empire League last year, and that Barreto fires it in for a strike. Definitely more of a stereotypical power hitter in terms of size. Looks like he can launch a ball, and definitely can. Big swing and a miss. Looked like another slider from Barreto. And definitely a smart pitch to throw 3-1 to Gooley, who is probably sitting dead red on a fastball, looking to drive one into the gap. Definitely don't want to give up an early lead here and throw a juicy pitch down the middle. Better to walk Gooley than to allow a 2-run double. We'll see what Barreto throws on this next pitch. And just misses for a ball, a little bit inside. And Gooley takes the walk, probably, again, preferable to serving one up and allowing a 2-run hit. And now the bases are loaded, and there's a lot of ways to get an out here for the Brilliance Sox. But there's also a lot of base runners to score for the Killer B'S. So up steps Nick Dabrowski. Dabrowski has 202 plate appearances so far this year with a 299 average. And Barreto delivers that one for a strike, 0-1. It'll be interesting to see how Barreto sequences his pitches this at-bat with the bases loaded. It's very easy for pitchers to just want to give in and fire fastballs to avoid walking a run in. But against a Killer B's lineup, you have to be a little bit smarter than just serving up the ball over the plate. And that pitch is taken a little high and away. Close pitch. Barreto has been mostly around the zone, other than one wild pitch. He hasn't missed by a ton when he has thrown balls or fallen behind, but he's not far away from from firing strikes consistently and getting ahead in counts. And then he throws a pitch that maybe is just, I'm not sure if it was a pass ball or a wild pitch, but the catcher ended up being close enough in the vicinity of the plate to tag the runner out, trying to score on that pitch. And it looks like Barreto's limping around a little bit. I think it looks like he's okay. He just needs a few minutes or a few seconds to kind of settle himself down from that play. Not out of the woods yet. Still just 2 outs and a 2-1 count to Dabrowski. Dabrowski has 6 home runs and 48 runs driven in, which is leading the team and probably one of the highest totals in the league. So this is definitely a spot you want to see Dabrowski in with runners on second and third, 2 outs. Often comes in clutch with the RBIs. So we'll see what happens in this at-bat. And a hard foul ball, laced down the third baseline, foul. The count is now 2-2. I have a feeling that Barreto will probably work his slider in to attempt to get the strikeout. On deck is Trey Hunt, yet another dangerous hitter. So the earlier he can get out of this inning, the better. And strike 3 on a slider. Definitely the pitch I was expecting to see from Barreto, and a pretty nasty one to retire the dangerous Nick Dabrowski for the 3rd out. The score is 0-0 heading into the top of the second inning. Stepping in the box is Dante Peretti to start off the second inning. Nick Lee still on the hill. Fires in a strike on the outside corner. Maybe count 0-1. Very nice September morning here. Nice and cool. The weather's definitely cooled down quite a bit in the last week or two. It was definitely still summer this time last week or maybe even 2 weeks ago. It was pretty hot outside, and it was hot in the evening and the mornings too. But now it's pretty chilly and getting to the point where we have to arrive at the yard in sweatshirts and pullovers to stay warm. Count 0-2 to Glees. Just a little bit high. Very good 0-2 pitch from Glees. Nice four seam just above the hands. Good take by Dante Peretti. We'll see what Glees goes to here. And Glees jams him with a two-seam fastball on the inner half of the plate. Get the pop out. Great pitch by Glees, who seems to be on a bit of a roll. Good start to this game. And then Glees fires the second hitter of the inning. This is AJ Thomas, by the way, hitting right now. New addition to the Brilliance Sox, or pretty recent addition. Was just in the Pecos League and decided to come out to the Inzer to finish the season. Ball two to Thomas. Looks like a two-seam that's sunk below the zone. See if Glees gets back in the zone right here. Nothing is more satisfying than a 2-0 out for a pitcher. And that's exactly what Glees is probably going to get here. And the throw is made, and yes, Glees falls behind, but ends up making a good pitch down the zone to get the ground ball to Tyler Reese. It's a very good feeling as a pitcher. And the third hitter of the inning is Kyle Buser. Buser, a New Jersey product, I think fresh out of college. Talented left-handed hitter, good athlete. Felice misses with a two-seam just outside. Nice running fastball with movement away from Buser. Probably the best way to pitch lefties in this league. And he misses pretty outside for ball number 2. And we'll see if Galice can repeat the last at bat and get a 2-0 out right here. Buser's a good physical specimen, 6'2", 195 pounds. Definitely has a prototypical professional build and takes a cut and swings and misses like a cutter from Gillies. Count is now 2-2 with a good two-seam on the outside corner. A Ramapo College product, the same school that Eli Garcia went to, who is now on the Lexington Legends. Ooh, good close pitch, just outside for a ball. The count is now full. Buser has been on the Road Warriors as well this season. And he swings, as someone who has faced him personally, he definitely swings a good stick. The full count offering right here. And walks him. Good eye by Kyle Buser there. Looked like a cutter that missed just inside. Which brings up this is a little bit low for a ball. Pickoff move over to first base. Looked like a bit of a reset move, just to find the feel of the baseball again to the batter. Not all pickoff moves are about picking the runner off. Sometimes it's just a simple mental cue, just to feel a different release point. And he fires it in for a strike. That pickoff move seemed to work and reset his release point on the mound. Count's now 1-1. Always a good count to throw a strike in because you don't want to fall behind 2-1, which he does. Still an opportunity to get back and make the count even again right here. Gillies comes set. Checks the runner. Fires home for a swing and a miss. And he makes the count even. Two-two is definitely a good count to pitch in as a pitcher. Definitely still a bit more ahead in the count than not. Let's see if Galice gets a strikeout here, and he gets a foul ball. Keep the count even. Kendall Thornton fires ball back into play to Galice. It's a great way for pitchers to keep their arm loose in the dugout, is to throw baseballs back to the pitcher. The 2-2 again. One pitch away from getting back in the dugout and back on offense. Another foul tip with Buser going on the pitch. No surprise to see Buser running on that pitch. 2 outs, 2 strikes. Pitcher's probably going to throw a strike or something slower, maybe a slider. Might as well try to get the runner in the scoring position with 2 outs. Comes set again. And hits him with the pitch. A slider that backed up on him and didn't really break. Foul ball. First pitch from Gleese is a strike, throwing to some authority. Elon Trishita at the plate. Just trying to get situated with some of the names here. The roster seems to be missing a few. Oh, no, that was my mistake. He is on the roster. The 1-1 to Trishita. And he hits a pop-up to the third baseman, Trey Hunt. He retrieves it, and the Killer B'S are going back to the dugout to take some swings on offense. Nice inning for Gleese. Worked out a little bit of trouble. And we're back to the bottom of the second. Barreto out for his second inning of work to face Trey Hunt, leading off the inning. Hunt, the 28-year-old, is batting .322 in 171 at-bats. Has an on-base percentage of .444 and a slugging percentage of .561. He has 6 home runs on the year, and Barreto fires that in for a strike. Barreto has been back and forth between the Brilliance Sox and the Killer B'S. Had I wouldn't say short period of time with the Killer B'S, but has had more time with the Brilliance for sure. And he misses high and away with a breaking ball. Count 1-1. Barreto doesn't look too happy with that pitch. Looks like he felt that he misexecuted. As a pitcher, I fully understand that feeling. Looks in, gets a sign, winds up, and fires a pitch that gets a fly ball. Right fielder camps underneath it, catches it, makes the play for out number 1. Killer B'S have a little bit of movement in their bullpen with Cole Bumbilas, who's the manager, is a player manager, warming up, probably go in the next inning. Looks like he's firing a bit down there. His arm has looked pretty good the last couple outings, so we'll see how he does today. Barreto misses high and away again. Make it 1-0 to Alex Golombiewski. Golombiewski has 82 plate appearances, has a 329 on base percentage. Fires in a strike, make it 1-1. 1 out. See what Golombiewski does here. Golombiewski, good athlete in the outfield. Features a good arm. Strike 2. See if Felix shows breaking ball here. Good fastball or cutter or something that looked like it had a little bit of action moving in towards Golombiewski, and he gets a sort of a half attempted swing for strike 3. Good pitch by Barreto. Would be very hard for any hitter to lay off that pitch with 2 strikes. And ball 1 to Julius Courier. The catcher has been back and forth to the Lexington Legends in the Atlantic League. Well, catcher and utility player as well. He's been known to play in the infield as well. Strike 2. Or strike 1. A little bit like Tyler Reese in the sense that he's not a huge framed physical specimen, but he packs a lot of power in the body that he has. And that is strike 2. A very solid athlete, hence why he's being called to the Atlantic League consistently. Has a few home runs on the year. And I guess the umpire felt that he held up on that pitch. It was definitely close. Barreto with the 1-2 offering. Foul ball. Julius, a good baseball player as well as a great teammate. Never heard him complain or say anything bad about anybody. Ball 2. Make count 2-2. With 2 outs. Courier looking to get something started here. And ball 3 looked like a slider in the dirt. Not a terrible 2-strike pitch, as it is often common for pitchers facing the opposite hand hitter to throw a breaking ball at the hitter's back foot, which it looked like Barreto attempted to do there and wasn't necessarily misexecuted. Maybe broke a little early, maybe a little bit more than he wanted, but solid 2-strike pitch. Here comes the full count pitch, and Barreto executes a cutter or a slider or something there that located extremely well and gets a swing and miss for strike 3 and gets the team back in the dugout. So far, 2 scoreless for Barreto. Looks like he has good feel of baseball today. And now we have Cole B'S in the pitch, the top of the third inning for the Killer B'S. Player manager likes to take the ball and throw innings for his team, which we all appreciate. The key for Cole is to really just fill up the zone as much as he can because his pitches move a lot, and he can be tough to hit when he's filling up the zone and getting ahead of hitters. Ooh, good pitch by Cole. Breaking ball, make him count 0-1, get ahead. To his former teammate and player, Legary Stewart. Cole working ahead, getting now 0-2. LG, as his teammates like to call him, has been playing a very solid game since he went over to the Brilliance Sox for more at-bats. And Cole misses just off the plate for a ball. Looking like he's around the zone today, which is key for him. Obviously, it's key for any pitcher, but there's definitely some pitchers in this league who are night and day better when they work ahead in the count. Ooh, and it hits him. Looks like he maybe just threw that pitch a little bit early. Maybe his shoulder started to turn before his foot got down and overthrew the ball into the right-handed batter's box. Which brings up Noel Chanot, leadoff hitter. And his ball has come set. Fires a close pitch. A little bit inside for a ball. Fires a strike on the inside corner with a nice little bit of tail. Umbala's also runs the early work every morning at 7 a.m. He's out there getting guys from every team to work hard and improve their mobility, their coordination, and their movement patterns. And it has helped a lot of guys get better, especially as the guys have been consistent about it throughout the whole season. You've definitely seen their physical improvements. And pick off throw to first. One such pitcher that has really improved from the morning work has been Max Marleville on the Killer B'S. You've seen his velocity tick up as the season has progressed, and he definitely believes it has to do with Cole's early work. That pitch is high and away. Make the count 3-1. Cole looks in, comes set. Misses a bit high and away for the walk. So a couple free passes. Although he's not wild, he just needs to work a little more in the zone. It's Kendall Thornton comes out to give Cole a breather. It looks like there's some movement in the bullpen. Looks like Chase Martin is starting to move around a little bit. That brings up the two-hitter, Nate Thompson. Cole is one pitch away from being back in a pretty good spot in this inning. Just needs to get a ground ball, double play ball, and he will be much closer to being out of the woods. He misses just outside for a ball. Again, another close miss. Not far off from where he needs to be. And he hits his spot. And LG Stewart, taking off for third, gets thrown out by the catcher, Julius Purrier. Very close pitch. I was a little surprised that was called a ball. Looked like a strike up from up here, but I'm not standing right behind home plate like the umpire is. One pitch away, getting back in the dugout. Ooh, inside, just a little bit. For ball, 3-0. Just a little bit low for the walk. So now that brings up Will Musser, the three-hitter. Not letting the runners advance in this at-bat will be key. You don't want runners on second and third for Will Musser. And a wild pitch, way outside. Now those runners have advanced. And Will Musser is in a good RBI situation. He's easily knocking a pair right here. Musser hitting 286. 9 doubles and a home run. 18 RBI. And Cole fires a strike to make the count 1-1 with 1 out. Strike 2, big swing and a miss from Will Musser. Was definitely fooled on that pitch. A little bit of a fastball with a bit of tail on the inside corner. And Bombales gets the ground ball to the third baseman, and Trey looks the runner back, makes the throw over to first for the out, and the runners do not advance or score. Good pitch there by Cole Bombales to get the out without allowing a runner to score. Not always the easiest thing to do. But that he's not out of the woods yet. Has Dante Peretti to get through before the inning is over. Peretti spent some time with the West Virginia Power in the Atlantic League as a catcher. Foul ball. Peretti looked a little bit anxious to drive in the runs. Was definitely ahead of that pitch. Definitely need to pitch carefully to Peretti. He has some power. Can definitely do some damage here in the spot if you don't make a good pitch to him. Pitch just high. Or more than just high, probably about head high. Big spot right here for Colvin Bales. Pitch a bit outside. Looks like a breaking ball. 2-1 the count to Peretti. Swing and a foul ball. Peretti hitting .253 in the season. The 2 doubles and a home run. And a good pitch from Colvin B'S. Get the pop out to the second baseman for the 3rd out. So Cole works out of some trouble, works around some walks and a hit batter, and pitches a full inning for his team. Imagine Chase Martin is probably going out to pitch the next inning. And Barreto out here for his 3rd inning of work to start the bottom of the 3rd. Christian Stanziano up to bat for the Killer B'S to lead off the inning. Misses high for a ball. Fires a strike to make the count even. Stanziano is hitting .297 on the year. Ball high, make the count 2-1. He has 118 at-bats, as well as 4 doubles. He has a home run as well. Hasn't been counted yet in the stats, but I believe I saw one against the Road Warriors the other day. The count is now 3-1. He misses high and walks Stanziano on a 3-1 count. That brings up the leadoff hitter, Derek Reddy. Recent acquisition to the Killer B'S. Hit .264 with the Washington Wild Things in 53 at-bats. He had an on-base percentage of .361. Reddy's a very tough out. Excellent hand-eye coordination. Really hard to get him to swing and miss at pitches. Having faced him personally, he squares up a lot of fastballs. It's really imperative to be able to throw your breaking pitches and hit a spot with a fastball because he does not miss mistakes. And the Killer B'S are happy to have him. Ball 3, up and out. See it, how focused Barreto can stay in this inning. Keep pounding the zone like he has been the last couple innings. Done a good job so far for the Brilliance Sox, keeping this game scoreless. 3-1, or the 3-0 is a strike. Make it 3-1. With no outs and a runner on first. Ball 4. And he walks Derek Reddy. Put runners on first and second. Up next is Darren Love. .6'1", 225-pound outfielder. Played in the Empire League last year. Or actually, he looks like he played in the Pecos League. Fires in a strike to get ahead. Had a couple of home runs and 15 RBIs in his time in the Wasco in the Pecos League. Big, strong outfielder can do some damage right here. The runner in scoring position as Barreto throws a slider, misses low. Not a bad selection of pitch to throw in this count. See what Barreto goes to here. His next offering. Throws what looks to be some sort of cutting pitch to get the ground ball. And gets a double play ball. Great pitch by Barreto. Made Love take kind of an awkward hack and got the perfect ground ball to get both runners. Ground ball. I have to say that double plays are hard to come by in this league, as many runners are extremely fast, and usually, if you can get one, it's enough to be satisfied with. But getting two there must be a good feeling out there for the 21-year-old left-hander. Hoping to get through this inning with no more damage. And Reese hits a towering fly ball way up in the air, and the catch is made for the third out, and Barreto scoreless through 3. Doing a great job so far for the Brilliance Sox. And now we head to the top of the fourth with the Killer B'S bringing a new pitcher, Chase Martin. Chase Martin had a 2-year layoff from professional baseball, but was called back in late July and began pitching with the Killer B'S in early August. Experienced some elbow troubles out in his third start and had to lay off from pitching for a couple of weeks, but now is back. And in the past, Martin has been up to 93, 94 miles per hour, but sitting a little lower than that now after the 2-year layoff, but still features a very good sinker and a good slider to go with that, and has been effective in his last few outings. Has had very good command of the strike zone, compact delivery, and is set up to have success for the rest of the season. As he fires in a strike. And a sinker for strike 2, swing and a miss. And very good pitch, down and away. Just misses. Another quality 2-strike pitch, a slider, which he barely fouls off. Hitter gets new life. I believe this is A.J. Thomas up to bat again. Martin has worked on his delivery a little bit. He definitely has a more intellectual approach to his craft. Found out why his elbow got hurt and has been working hard to fix it, working on his mechanics and the way he throws the ball. And he gets a fly ball hit off the end of the bat to right field for out number 1. Up steps Kyle Buser. Be a nice, interesting matchup here with Martin, who throws lots of fastballs running away from lefties. So he gets a big cut on the inside corner for strike 1 with 1 out. Sinker low. Count is now even. Be interesting to see what pitch he goes to next. Try to get ahead. And that is the sinker running away from the lefties. That's a high quality pitch right there, and important in this league to get lefty hitters out. And change up. Another smart pitch selection. And Buser fouls his outside fastball off. Hits the icy light bar sign past the party pavilion. Been in protect mode right now. Will be interesting to see what Buser does. Ooh, and a great pitch from Chase Martin on the outside corner of the sinker. It looks like after the 2-year layoff, he's finally starting to find that groove with his mechanics and his command. Big strike, swing and miss right here. I believe this is Yuta Okazaki, who's previously played on Wolfpack this season. Strike 2. Okazaki has played as high as AAA, MLB affiliated. He's also spent a lot of time in the Pecos. See, fouls went off. The 30-year-old was in Gwinnett, AAA with the Atlanta Braves. Had 3 at-bats and was also a bullpen catcher. Has lots of stories about catching major leaguers and the different types of pitches that the big leaguers throw. Great pitch from Chase Martin, just off the plate. Pretty cool to see the 30-year-old back in professional baseball. And he grounds one to the shortstop, Tyler Reese. Makes a throw, gets a runner for the 3rd out. Good inning there from Chase Martin. 3 ground balls, or a fly ball, strikeout, and a ground ball. And we are back for the bottom of the 4th inning. Barreto out for his 4th inning of work. Done a great job so far. Still has not allowed a run. Or any hits from... Oh, no, he has allowed a couple of hits, but they're not up on the scoreboard. So it appeared that he had not. As Josh Goulet steps in. Barreto gets a sign, fires the ball for a foul ball. Has done a good job keeping hitters off balance with a fastball and a slider combination. Fastball with good life today, and the slider breaking late. Sharply hit foul ball by Goulet. Good to see Felix Barreto having some success in his probably one of his last outings of the Yinzer League. Ball high. Barreto definitely has a lot of potential in that left arm. Don't see too many lefties with his kind of stuff all the time. Kool-Aid hits a towering fly ball to center field, which is caught for the first out. And it brings up Nick Dabrowski, looking to start something here in the bottom of the fourth. Try to maybe run Barretto's pitch count up, see if we can get to the bullpen. Felix fires a strike on the outside corner. The Brilliants have really thinned out their pitching staff recently, so that would be key for the Killer B'S to get him off the mound sooner rather than later. Misses high. Not really many relievers left, as Ryan Tamayo leaves the team yesterday. It was kind of their go-to guy, but had some obligations to get home early too. And Barretto gets strike two. And a fastball up and in at the letters for strike three. Another great pitch by Barretto. Executing those two strike pitches extremely well today and getting a good amount of strikeouts. Brilliant Sox most recent game, there really wasn't a bullpen past the starting pitcher. We turned to a bunch of position players to do the pitching. Barretto misses down low with the slider. I believe we saw Ryan Yemi, the manager Dave, Elon Trishita, and several other position players pitch, just because the Brilliant Sox are low on bullpen arms right now. Counts even. Starting to see more and more position players pitching in all levels of baseball these days. It's become popular in the big leagues. And Trey Hunt hits a weak fly ball to center field, and Barretto gets fourth scoreless inning of the day. See how long he can keep rolling for. That'll be key for the Brilliant Sox today. Top of the fifth, Brilliance Sox at the plate. Elon Trishita leading off, and Kendall Thornton, the 19-year-old submarine right-hander, has been an absolute workhorse for the Killer B'S this year, eating innings whenever asked. Thornton throws between 72 and 75 from the submarine slot. Been pretty effective, especially for being so young. He's pitched beyond his years, has a veteran presence, stays very composed, is never afraid to take the baseball. Good pitch on the just missed inside. Was found at the Frontier League draft this year, unsigned there. So Cole Bumbalis recognized Thornton's talent and decided to pick him up for the Yinzer League. I believe Kendall has over 50 innings this season. And that's after only pitching 3 innings his whole first month of being in the Yinzer League. It was sort of expected that it was going to be kind of like a watch and learn year for Kendall, but with all the promotions and injuries on the Killer B'S pitching staff, he's actually been asked to step up and play a very big role in eating innings. Counts 1-1. Counts down 1-2. There was a long stretch in the Killer B'S season where there were often only 2 relievers available at any given day. Starters had to work deep in the games, and relievers had to be ready to throw every day. And a great pitch from Kendall. Get the strikeout of Trishita. Looked like a slider that started it down the middle and then broke off the plate. And that brings up LG Stewart, former Killer B, possible future Killer B, maybe picking him up in the draft from the Brilliance Sox. And that pitch misses somewhere. Looked like a pretty good pitch from up here, but might have missed inside. He'll come set. And throws a fastball strike on the low and outside corner. LG hammers this ball out to shortstop. Tyler Reese throw is high to first base, and LG reaches on an error. Might have beat the throw out. It's really up to the scorekeeper's decision to decide whether that was a hit or an error. Ball was sharply hit and took Reese into the hole. Had to make a tough throw, or a pretty long throw. LG, being a pretty solid athlete who can run a little bit, may have beaten that one out. Either way, that brings up Chanel to the plate, looking for a double play ball here. And Kendall fires a strike down the middle. Take it 0-1. Definitely imperative to work ahead of a hitter like Chanel. Do not want to fall behind and be in counts where you have to groove fastballs. He makes a great pitch right there to get a fly ball to left field. Crowd number 2. It's absolutely amazing to see how his body has held up so well through all the innings that he's suddenly been thrown into. On top of that, he's one of the hardest workers out here, showing up to early work every morning and getting his throwing in and his bullpens. as well as the loads he is taking on during the game. And that pitch just misses for a ball. It's definitely another player that's benefiting from Colvin Ballas' early work. Learning a lot and getting better with every outing. Nate Thompson laces a ball. Fair. This should definitely have extra bases. Might score LeGarry Stewart. And Brilliance Sox have a lead. Double by Nate Thompson scores LG. Make the ball game 1-0. Killer B'S are resilient and do not panic. And I doubt they'll panic much here about a 1-run lead. But it's still something for the Brilliant Sox with Barreto rolling. All he needs to do is throw another 2 or 3 scoreless innings. Keep doing what he's doing. Kendall throws a breaking ball for a strike to get ahead 0-1 to Will Mustard. Another threat at the plate. Could easily drive in this run. Big hack, make it 0-2. So now Kendall in the driver's seat. Looking to get the strikeout here of Mustard. Doesn't necessarily need the strikeout, but I'm sure 0-2, you want to make that good 2-strike pitch. Kendall with an inside move over to second. Sometimes just to reset a little bit. Pitchers often do that. Doesn't necessarily mean anything about the runner. Kendall looking at the runner and makes a good pitch on the outside corner. Off in the bat, foul. It's tough to get to that pitch in that location. Good slider on the inside half the plate. Jams Mustard, but foul. And this is what good hitters do. They foul off the pitcher's good pitches and wait for a hanger to come. It can be quite frustrating to see your good pitches, your best pitches wasted. It's important to not lose your mental focus and to keep making the best pitches you can. Oof. And Kendall gets him with a called strike 3 and a slider. And he did not lose his focus. He kept making pitches until he's through the inning. So a double by Nate Thompson, scoring a run, puts the Brilliant Sox ahead. 1-0 going to the bottom of 5th. We're back going to the bottom of the fifth, and Felix Barreto is still out on the mound for the Brilliance Sox. Has pitched 4 scoreless innings, looking to extend it to a fifth. Alex Kolombiewski leading off the bottom of the fifth. Kolombiewski, a product of Academy of Art College in San Francisco, California, which is about 20 minutes from where I personally live. Cool to see another local product out here. SoCal native. Grounds the ball to shortstop. Fumbles, but recovers and makes the throw and gets the out for out number 1. So Barreto still pumping strikes. Quick first out. See what Julius Puryear does in this at bat. See if we can try to work the pitch count a little bit more. Low scoring, low hit game by both teams, and Barreto misses high and away. Barreto rushes his delivery a little bit there and misexecutes the pitch down low. Make the count 2-0. This league is known for being very offensive, and oftentimes a pitch will be rolling, and within a few swings of the bat, suddenly 3 runs have scored. Now the count is 3-0. I do have to say, though, that most crooked numbers I've seen given up in an inning has to do with walks. And that is a strike to make the count 3-1. Here's the 3-1 pitch, and that misses for a ball, and he walks him. Julius Puryear now on first base. Barreto wearing the number 21, just like his age. I believe the average age in the Yinzer League is between 23 and 26 years. If you're younger than 23 or so, you're considered a young player. If you're older than 26, you're definitely on the older side. But mid-20s seems to be pretty much the average age. Barreto, ball down and away to Stanziano. And another good pitch by Barreto, missing just low and inside. Count 2-0. See if Stanziano is in attack mode here. The runner takes off and throw, and Julius is safe. Julius and LG Stewart having a little bit of fun over at second base. Former Killer B was very well liked by his teammates. Runner in scoring position for Stanziano. And he takes the ball down the middle for strike 1. Count now 3-1 with 1 out. Killer B's have an opportunity to tie this game, especially with Derek Reddy coming up. And Julius takes off for third. No throw, and a walk on the same pitch. And up comes Derek Reddy. And these baseball games in the Yinzer can turn on a whim. There's no lead, that's safe. You definitely cannot sit on I would say less than a 4-run lead at all. So it's up to Barreto to get the double play ball right here. Misses just high with the breaking ball. With the way Barreto's been throwing, I would not put it past him to see a double play ball and him getting his team back in the dugout on this at bat. Throws a slider, and it bounces in front of the catcher, Utah. Luckily, it does not get by him, but the runner only advances to second, and Julius does not score. And something is going on. Manager Dave Casey is walking up to the mound to give his pitcher either a breather. Doesn't look like Felix is hurt. The double play opportunity taken away. Probably just wants to give his pitcher a little bit of a breather after that wild pitch. Let him find that groove again. Would probably be best to pitch very carefully to Derek Reddy here with a 2-0 count and an open base. Doesn't need to be too good at all. Nobody warming up in the bullpen for the Killer B'S. Looking like Thornton will go back out. And that pitch is a strike to make the count 2-1. The infield playing in. A double right here by Reddy could put the Killer B'S ahead. And he hits a slow ground ball, and Chanot runs him back to third and then Peretti fumbles the ball, which allows Julius Purrier to score, and nobody is out, and everybody is safe. Unfortunately, errors do happen. All you can do is move past it. The Brilliance Sox are very much still in this game. The score is just now even, and Brett is still throwing the ball pretty well. He could work out of this situation. Darren Love at the plate. Misses in the dirt with a fastball. Foul ball. Even the count. If I were Barreto, I'd probably throw a breaking ball here. Do not want to give up a double or a big hit. Would much rather walk Love than give up a big hit right here. But he attacks him with the fastball. And he gets ahead 1-2. Barreto definitely trusting in his stuff right now. In a good position to get the second out, which definitely changes the situation of this inning. And a weird spinning ground ball hit the LG Stewart. Was a tough ball to handle. Cheetah throws home, and the ball gets by the catcher, allows Reddy to score, and Darren Love is all the way on third base. So just a little bit of a defensive breakdown this inning for the Brilliance Sox, allowing another run to score. Not Barreto's fault at all. He's made good pitches, gotten weak contact. Probably should be out of this inning. But that is the game of baseball. Every team here has been through this at some point in the season. Brings up the dangerous hitter Tyler Reese with the runner on third and 1 out. Nobody in the pen for the Brilliant Sox. This is Felix's game. He's done a tremendous job so far as he fires a ball. Big swing and a miss to get the strike to make the count even. Reese definitely looking to do some damage on that swing. Add an insurance run with the Killer B'S bullpen looking to close this game out. I would imagine that Thornton's probably going to go another inning, and then the closer, Keaton Sullivan, probably finish the game in the 7th. Another big cut from Tyler Reese. This time was just late. A fastball that probably reached the upper 80s with some nice movement. Well ahead in the count to Tyler Reese. Felix needs to make a good pitch to go for the strikeout right here. If he gets a fly ball, he can score a run. So he's keep the ball along the zone here and try to get a swing and a miss. Infield's still in. And he throws a wild pitch. And that scores the 4th run for the Killer B'S. Understandable. Barreto has thrown a lot of extra pitches in this inning. His arm could be getting a little bit tired. I don't believe any of these runs are earned. But Tyler Reese looking to start something back up again. He hits a ground ball to LG Stewart, who fumbles it and makes no throw. And Reese is safe at first. Reese is pretty quick. That might have been he might have beaten that ball out anyway, but it will go down as an error. And that brings up Josh Goulet. One pattern I've noticed with the Killer B'S is that when an opposing team scores, they usually answer. I rarely see the opposing team score and then a 0 pop up next inning for the Killer B'S on the scoreboard. That does happen. The pitcher did a very good job. Well, it was not necessarily the fault of Barreto. The Killer B'S still been applying the pressure and making the defense panic a little bit. Counts 2-0 to Josh Goulet. And slider misses high. And throw down the first, and Reese is safe. Barreto comes set. Throws a fastball strike, make it 3-1. Barreto has seen a number of 3-ball counts, but usually does a good job at throwing a strike on his 3-0 pitch. And he makes a pickoff move to first, and Reese will be safe. Reese, he realized he was picked, decided to just head for second, and made it. Honestly, the play wasn't even close. So now a runner in scoring position with 1 out for Goulet. Barreto looking to slow down the Killer B'S momentum and get a key out here. Strike 2. So he's done a good job coming back from 3-0 counts this game. Needs to attack Goulet here to get the second out. And he throws a slider and it bounces in front of home plate, and he walks Goulet. Which brings up the Killer B'S RBI leader, Nick Dabrowski. And like I said earlier, these games oftentimes turn very quickly. Throws a nice strike low in the zone to Dabrowski, looking to get the double play ball. Barreto's done mostly a good job throwing strikes today. Counts now 0-2. And a great pitch, fastball in the inside corner, 0-2 to get the strikeout. Quite a bold pitch, too. Many pitchers will oftentimes throw a pitch just out of the strike zone on an 0-2 count, but Felix went ahead and just grabbed the inside corner. It's honestly probably the best approach with his pitch count running pretty high this inning. Get hitters out in as few pitches as possible. And the runners take off. Now runners on second and third. It's Reese and Goulet both safe without a throw. Now Trey Hunt has a good RBI opportunity right here. Trey Hunt, another dangerous hitter. Really understands his swing and his launch angle. Has an approach and a plan at the plate. Has had some time in the Pacific Association with Martinez Clippers. That ball misses low. 28-year-old has been around this game for many years. He definitely understands what he is trying to do. A very aggressive style hitting approach. Loves to swing the bat. And that pitch misses a little high and away for a ball. Freddie playing pretty close to the line at third base. Looking to stop a double. Barreto now throwing another strike to make the count even. Good fastball on the low and outside corner. Would be absolutely huge for the Brilliance if they could stop this flood right here and get back in the dugout. Ooh, and that pitch is a called strike 3 on a breaking ball. Good job working through that. It was not the young lefty's fault that those runs scored, but sometimes things happen in the game of baseball that don't go your way. So Kendall Thornton back out for another inning of work. We most likely bridge the gap to Keaton Sullivan, the closer. And if neither team scores this half or the next half, then Keaton will have a save opportunity. Brings up Dante Peretti to lead off the inning. And Kendall, first pitch fastball, first strike to the big third baseman. Comes set. And a slow breaking ball for a ball, just missed. Some activity finally down in the Brilliance Sox bullpen. It looks like Noel Chanel is getting loose. And like I said, Brilliant Sox have been resorting to position players as their bullpen. Big cut and a slow breaking ball fooled him for strike 2. Definitely looked like his swing was timed for a fastball. Pitch effectively worked as a changeup. And a pretty good pitch from Kendall Thornton there. Fastball placed perfectly, low and outside. Get ready to hit it off the end of the bat to the right fielder, Darren Love, for the first out. And AJ Thomas up next. Kendall takes his signs from an interesting sort of squat stance. Personally, if I did that before every pitch, my legs would get a little bit tired. But what suits him doesn't necessarily suit me. I'm working ahead here. Big cut on a slider that looked like a fastball over the heart of the plate and then suddenly dove off to the side. Make the count 0-2. Great pitch from the young submariner. Looks like he's locked in and making each pitch with a purpose. While AJ Thomas runs back to the dugout to give something to the ball guy. Steps back in. Displaying his hip mobility in that squat. Close pitch. Sliders a little inside. Looks like Noel Chanot is warming up, getting heated up in the bullpen. Probably coming in next inning. Looks like he's throwing pretty hard. And this ball stroked out to the center field, but right at the center fielder for the second out. Good cut by Thomas. But the Killer B'S pitching has been dominant all day, only allowing 1 run on 1 hit. Sometimes it can be tough to adjust to, 5, 6 different pitchers in a game. And Killer B'S only have a few starters, not enough to have one for every game. So oftentimes the Killer B'S will do a whole staff day where we have a bunch of different bullpen arms sharing duties, maybe going inning or 2 each, because that one is in there for a strike. And that can work very well if everybody is on and everybody's locked in. Slider misses outside. Due to the lack of pitching in the league, there's been many teams that have had to go by that same thing, with the Johnny whole staff, as they like to call it. And the ground ball over to Goulet, who will tag the bag easily for the third out. And good job by Kendall Thornton to allow 1 run through 2 innings. And it looks like Keaton Sullivan is getting moving. Probably going to go the 7th. And Chanot is going to come in to pitch the bottom of the 6th. So heading into the bottom of the sixth here, we have the athletic Noel Chanot coming in to take over the pitching duties. And that's an athletic looking motion that he has. And while do not quote me, it appears that he's probably throwing between 85 and 90 miles an hour. Definitely looks like he has a strong arm and a good fastball. Surprised that I haven't seen him used before. Would definitely take advantage of his arm strength on the hill. Looks like he uses the lower body well, and his shoulders come around at a good time. It actually looks like a pitcher compared to a lot of position players. So we'll see how he does in this inning against Golombiewski. And he missed a little bit high. Oftentimes, a position player needs a few throws to feel the slope of the mound, as they're used to throwing on flat ground, and that is not the same at all as throwing on the mound. Very different sequence of movements. And a closer pitch for a ball, 2-0. Just outside to make it 3-0. Looked like he was kind of letting it fly a little more in his warm-ups, and maybe thinking a little less and aiming maybe a little bit more at the hitter in the box, but we'll see if he can make the adjustment. And that ball's just a little bit high. So close misses here for the most part, other than the first pitch. Golombiewski works the walk and advances first, while Julius Purrier, switch hitting utility players catcher, stepping in left-handed. Squares the bunt, takes a strike. Didn't like the pitch, didn't want to bunt that one, I guess. And a ball taken a little high. And a swing and a miss at the 1-1 pitch to make it 1-2. Comes set. Throws the ball. Misses a little low. Count is 2-2 to Purrier. Runner takes off. Swing and a miss. So not quite a strike him out, throw him out. But the runner takes second, and Julius is set down on strikes. Christian Stanziano. 1 out. Let's see if the Killer B'S can add an insurance run here. A good fastball inside, but misses for a ball. Chanot throwing the ball pretty hard for someone who doesn't pitch on a regular basis. And a swing and a miss. Make the count even. Foul ball. They count 1-2. Chanot is definitely starting to gain feel of the slope and starting to find his command. Another strong, it kind of reminds me of another strong-armed position player that would sometimes take the mound for the Killer B'S, and that's Dustin Macaluso, who is now with Equipe Quebec. Macaluso would throw 88, 89 miles per hour on the mound. Oftentimes would fill up the zone, but sometimes it would take him a few pitches to really feel the slope of the mound, and then he would lock in after maybe a hitter or two. Checks the runner at second. And throws a little bit high. Sullivan getting greased up in the bullpen, ready to go in to shut it down for the Killer B'S. Count full. Misses inside. And that brings up Derek Reddy. First overall pick of the Inzer League. Way back last year, probably close to a year ago now. And a good slider in there for a strike to get ahead of Derek Reddy. I would probably toss a few more of those in there to the righty, who has excellent hand-eye coordination and will not get beat by a fastball. And grounds a ball to first base, who makes the throw to second, and then the shortstop makes the throw to first, and the pitcher is covering in time. Wait. What happened? Appears that the runner on first was not out. Just trying to figure out the ruling on that play, what happened. It's appeared up here that was a double play ball, but Chanel misses up and in to Darren Love. And he skies a ball, very high fly ball to the shortstop, makes the catch. For the third out. I wasn't too good with that. Here, heading into the final frame, possibly, if the Brilliance do not make a comeback. Keaton Sullivan has been nails recently for the Killer B'S. In to face his former team. So as we head into the 7th, we have closer Keaton Sullivan taking the hill. He's a physically imposing physical specimen at 6'4", 230 pounds. He throws a fastball that is mostly in the 89 to 91 range, but occasionally can hit 95. He was previously with Joliet Slammers in the Frontier League this season. Came here, struggled a little bit at first with the Brilliance Sox, but ended up finding a new breaking ball, a slider, and it's been working extremely well for him. And you can see the results paying off in his recent outings. He's been throwing the ball very well and gets a weak comebacker on the first pitch by Utah Okazaki. The first out. So 1 pitch, 1 out. Not bad. So he features a fastball and a slider and a forkball. And all those pitches have been improving a lot recently. He's starting to understand his body and his mechanics a little better, and his command's getting better. It's definitely been, as his teammate, a pleasure to see him develop. He's pretty new to pitching. That misses the low for a ball. I think he only started pitching last year and was a position player in college. And was a 2019 graduate from a NAIA school. I forgot which one, and he throws that for a strike. Counts 1-1 to Elon Trishita. A good breaking ball, just misses. As well as a pitcher, he's also a corrections officer in a sheriff's office. And he does flooring in the off season. So he's a man of many trades. Counts now 3-2 to the outfielder. And he hits a pop-up. Should be caught. Tyler Reese makes the catch. 2 outs, and the Killer B'S are 1 out away from a victory. And up steps Ryan Niemi, another former Killer B. Talented left-handed hitting outfielder. Puts good wood on the ball. It's a tough out. Pretty speedy. And is also a solid defender. From what I remember, he was well-liked in our dugout. And Sullivan fires that pitch outside for a strike. And Niemi pops us up to right, and that should do it. And that's the ball game. So the final score, Killer B'S 4, Brilliance Sox 1. Very low-scoring game. Not very many hits allowed. It's a pretty good pitching display by both teams. Just a little bit of defensive hiccups caused the Brilliant Sox to lose this one, but it happens. Otherwise, a well-played game. I'll turn this shit off. You know, I set all this shit up.
God, it stinks. I know it really does. But I mean, the screw, no. This you just got to turn on the thing and clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. 1 second.
I can erase here.
Get you more focused. You know.
I haven't really told anybody this, but I like passed out yesterday Chipotle.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Are you all right?
I don't know. I really am not sure.
Try and kind of take it easy. Try and find your erase.
Stay hydrated. I know that the light is good too, man. I know it was waiting.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah. No, let's go.
And make sure you pop that back over here.
Oh, I'll leave it. I'm gonna erase right here, and then I'm gonna. If I had the fucking book with me, I wouldn't even
Can I
want
get that
that.
Nick too?
Oh yeah,
Thanks,
of course, bro. Yo, be careful with those too, though. They'll dehydrate the hell out of you because they're salt.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna drink some water.
Yeah, no, you should. But I'm just saying, like, just be careful. Take one more of these. Okay. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, bro, I just took a pull of this one. And I was like, one more pull of the day, and then I'm done. It just died on me. That's so weird.
It heard you, bro.
You heard me? I wasn't sure.
No. I'm saying the thing heard you. I did too.
Yeah. It doesn't get that bad, bro. Fucking Skylar, when he was up here, bro, used to
Blowing cloud.
blowing clouds. Bro, he actually blew one in front of the fucking stream one time. He was like,
Sorry about that cloud hedge our response.
see, look, the clouds are hanging pretty low today. Not over the field, though. It's beautiful out. Yeah, you're going to get a much needed break after this season.
I don't have one, bro.
After the
I
season?
don't have anywhere to go.
You serious?
Well, I was gonna go to Florida to help Joe and shit. I want to go over to the West Coast, back to the East Coast. It's fucking far. I got no wheels, you know.
Yeah.
I'm just stressed the fuck out because I can't do anything on my own. I fucking have no car and don't fucking nowhere. You know what I mean? I'm just like stuck on an island.
No, I know.
And I'm chasing everybody around, so I'm just like the king asshole. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, no,
you see why though? It like has to be that way almost.
Oh, of course. I don't think you're bro. I think people are like sensitive as hell here, though.
And you're helpful. That's why I don't fucking have to yell at you because you're always doing something.
I know.
Everybody that doesn't do shit fucking is some piece of shit.
Nah, bro, I know. I won't lie. I've been taking it a little easier since the season's ended, but I've been helping you all year. You know,
know.
like that's the whole thing. Like, it's just I'm tired too. But yeah, I'm fucking. You don't have anywhere to go. I'm worried about you, man. Can't go back home to your parents and nothing. Well, I get that. I understand that part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Been living on the floor for like 2 years straight.
Feel that. I haven't lived at home like with my parents for like 2.5 years now. Since I became a pro baseball player, I stopped living at home. I gotta go. Fuck, man. Oh shit, bro. I'm gonna figure it out. Just gotta, bro. You gotta find a way to get a job that you can travel with. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not even, dude, I did okay here. I made like decent money. Like, I need to get a car. I'm just tired of fucking on road. It's been 6 years.
Yo, so I mean, this is like kind of out there, but you know, Mike Brown's Chrysler.
Huh?
You know Mike Brown's like Chrysler minivan.
Yeah.
He bought that for $1,500 out here.
Did he?
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, he wants to drive it back down to Alabama and then like sell it. I mean, like you want to go to Florida anyway. It's not far.
Oh yeah.
You could see if like maybe you can get a deal going with him. Take the ride with him back to Florida. I mean, not Florida, Alabama, and then buy that car. It's a big one too.
I just don't know car shit. So I don't fuck up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm scared to get a fixer because it might cost me fucking. You know, I'm not gonna-